Scott and Lance with New American Funding, and we're entering the peak time of the buying season, or at least the early stages of it. It's mid-May 2025. Scott, what are you seeing out there?
Well, I can tell you the market's picking up significantly. I mean, over the past few weeks, we've seen a lot of calls come in, a lot of applications come in, and a lot of contracts, right? So this is huge because we're starting to see signs of consumer, feeling good about now's a good time to purchase. And look, it's a buyer's market right now. Right. So, if you're a buyer out there, sellers are more willing to work with you on concessions, on seller assistance, or even dropping the sales price. So, the key is with it being a buyer's market, you get in a home now. And look, we know next year, we predict that next year rates should be a good bit lower than we're at today. So if you get in now and save money off that purchase price, all you have to do is a simple refinance down the road to lower that rate and lower that payment.
Yeah, and you mentioned, the seller concessions. I've seen probably 8 out of 10 of my last contracts have seller concessions where the sellers are willing to play ball, pay some of the closing costs for the buyer. And, that kind of leads me to, here's one thing that I'm noticing the sellers out there really have a big appetite for. That's cash, Scott.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So, just this week, right? I had 3 applications come in, all pre-approved, predicated on the sale of their home. They went to put an offer in. All 3 houses that they put an offer on for these 3 people were rejected because it was predicated. So we got them approved for the all cash buyer program. We call it NAF cash. They went back all cash and they got their offer accepted. And here's the beauty. They got to get the offer accepted on the home of their dreams before their house even went under contract. I mean, this is a game changer. It's such a convenient and makes sense program. And the beauty is we created it.
Yeah, having this proprietary product is huge in the fact that we're the only one that can offer it. A lot of the feedback I've been getting, I've gotten great feedback from our customers who have used the NAV Cash program. But I'll tell you who else is raving about it. It's the local real estate agents.
Yes, it's a game changer because we know in a normal real estate environment, when you're selling to buy, here's how it kind of plays out. You get a house to get listed, right, with your realtor. It gets listed and you go look for homes. The problem is most people are not going to accept a predicated offer when the vacating house isn't even under contract yet. And then you kind of find a home you love, but the offer is not getting accepted because your vacating house isn't under contract. Then it finally goes under contract. Well, guess what? The house isn't there anymore. And now you're on a timeline to go find another home because your house that you're vacating is now under contract. And what if you can't find the home that you really, really love and you really, love the one that you missed out on? And that's where the NAF Cash program completely changes the playing field. You're able to pick the house, put an offer in, all cash, non-predicated, technically, before you've even listed your home for sale.
Well, and that's some feedback I've gotten from my customers who've used the NAV Cash program. Is that facet of it is you do not have to list your current home for sale until 7 days after the cash closing. Remember, when we do the cash closing, you can move in. So we basically give them 7 days to organize their vacated house, get moved into their new property before they even have to list it. And you know who else loves that facet of it? Is the real estate agents, because now the real estate agents aren't dealing with personal clutter. They're showing vacant homes. And everybody knows vacant homes show better and they spend less time on market.
And it really just cleans up the process. It's a make sense loan product. Now, you mentioned you had, we've got over 2,300 products. And I think you mentioned to me this morning you had kind of a aha for a buyer who'd been turned down multiple times.
Yeah. So check this out. So most loan programs, if you're self-employed, and if you're self-employed out there, it's a hassle to get a loan. Lots of paperwork. They're going to be digging through your business and your personal financials. So I had an applicant give me a call, and they had only been in business for roughly 14 months. They've been turned down by several lenders, including very seasoned loan officers. Well, we have a 1-year self-employed program. He couldn't believe it. We've already got him approved, set to close in the next week. And again, that's with only 1 year of self-employment instead of 2. And that's just one of the 2,300 programs you mentioned we have. We've really been talking about our cash buyer program and, NAV Cash, but we have so many programs to meet every individual need out there almost.
It's quite amazing. And we know this, but our underwriting is phenomenal. Our processing is phenomenal. We have a concierge department that pushes the file through from start to finish. The communication we have is phenomenal. Everyone involved in the transactions getting updates as the loan processes through. Very well done. But yeah, going back to the market, now is a great time to look to buy. If you're selling to buy, definitely check into the NAF cash option. If you're having trouble with financing, even if you've been turned down before, give us a call. We'll open conversation and see how can we assist you, learn about what your goals, wants, needs, and maybe even setbacks are, and see if we can put our heads together and fit you in one of our 2,300 loan products.
Yeah, and the best part about those 2,300 loan products you mentioned, where do we offer them in the United States, Scott?
Every state.
Yeah, so New American Funding can help you take care of your mortgage needs no matter where you're at in the United States.
Yeah, give us a call if you got any more any questions or any more information that you might be looking for.